essence of the Hajj, I do have one hadith, and I think it will summarize most of those things which is important. You need to know about the excellence of the Hajj. This hadith talks about two men came to the Prophet ﷺ in the Masjid al-Khif, which is in Mina, masjid which 70 prophets have prayed into it. Masjid only opens in the Hajj season. So you go there now, it's closed. It's only the Hajj season. That means from the 8th of the Hijjah up to the end. And there is the 13th of the Hijjah, after that you will close. So the Prophet ﷺ, he must have been there during the Hajj season. And actually he was in Mina. So when these two companions came to the Prophet ﷺ, one from Banu Thaqif, which are in Ta'if, and the other one is from Al-Ansar, or the inhabitants of Medina. Prophet Allah said to them, either I'll tell you what you came to ask about, or you go ahead and ask me. He said, Messenger of Allah, you tell us what we will be asking you, because this will increase our iman and certainty. Now remember, these two, they don't know each other's question. None of them knows the other partner's question. And they did not even say it. That means it's within their hearts. The only one can know what is in the heart is Allah. There is no such thing that angel on the right and the left will know anything, because it's only when you utter it, when you do it, then the angel will start registering. As for the heart, is for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So the Prophet ﷺ must have had revelation from the Almighty Azza wa Jalla, either directly from Jibreel alayhi salam, to tell the Prophet of Allah the question of each of us. Now, each one is offering the other to start first. So the Ansari said to the Thaqafi, go ahead. The Thaqafi said, no way. You have more excellence. Their name is mentioned in the book of Allah twice. Al-Ansar. So Al-Ansar, they are known to be وَيُؤْثِرُونَ عَلَى أَنفُسِهِمْ وَلَوْ كَانَ بِهِمْ خَصَاصَةٌ. They give preference to others even they are in need. So he said, no, you start first. So the Ansari is Messenger of Allah. What is it that I came to ask about? He said he came to ask about the following, which is, what do you have as a reward in those 8 things? Number 1, when you do 2 rak'ah after the tawaf. Number 2, when you do your sa'i between Safa and Marwa. And number 3, and when you head from your house towards the Kaaba. Number 4, when you go to Arafah. Number 5, when you slaughter your animal. Number 6, that is when you shave your head. And number 7, when you throw the jamarat. Number 8, when you make the off before. He said, by the one who said to you the truth, I came to ask about nothing except for this. He said, as for the reward that you're going to get, as soon as you make the intention to head from your house towards Mecca intending Hajj, every stride that your camel does, you get a reward, and sin will be removed. But we do not really travel within, camels these days. We use trains and planes and cars and all of that. So don't worry about calculation of how many strides it's going to be. But it's going to be inaccurate. Too many hasanat, too many sayyat will be removed. As for your 2 rak'ah after the tawaf, then it's like freeing a slave from the son of Ismail and their sons. Those slaves are very expensive. Son of Ismail's slaves are very expensive. We don't have slaves to free, so this is the opportunity to free a slave. Thirdly, your sa'i between Safa and Marwa is like freeing 70 slaves. Fourthly, going to Arafah, Allah descends down on the day of Arafah to boast about his slaves before his angels, reminding them what they said in the beginning when Allah created them. They said, "O Lord, you create a creature who will spread mischief in the land and spill blood, while we glorify your name and proclaim your sanctuary." So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, I know what you don't know. So every year reminding them what they didn't know. These are the offspring of that creature whom you have alleged. They say that he will spread mischief in the land, and also he is to spill blood. Yet these offspring of this creature coming to seek my mercy. or very, if their sins are to be as many as the particles of the sand, and as many as the drops of the rain, and as much as the sea froth, I have forgiven them all. And for those they have been deceived as well. And as for you, throwing the Jamara, for each Jamara you throw, may your sin will be removed. And as for your slaughtering your head, it will be saved with your wound on the day of resurrection. And as for shaving your head, for every single head that you shave, Hasan will be given, and a sin will be removed. Anybody's bald, don't worry about it. So if you don't complain and don't have hair, probably Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will give you the reward and remove the sins. The bald does not do anything by it. He does not shave his skin. And as for you making the last one, this is Tawaf al-Ifada. You'll make Tawaf al-Ifada with all your sins have been removed. An angel will put his hands between your shoulders on your back and he will say, slave of Allah, go ahead. Do in the future for everything in the past has been forgiven. So the Hajj basically will clean your sins completely and will keep your hasanat. Like Hajj al-Mabrur is the one which is not scratched with anything that would belittle it. Hajj which is following the Sunnah, no reward for this Hajj al-Mabrur except the Jannah. No reward. So you're not going to be punished. Jannah is yours. And Hajj is the fifth pillar of Islam, and Hajj is obligatory once in the lifetime, and this includes Umrah, which is Hajj Tamattu or Hajj Qiran. Hajj was made obligatory in the 10th year. Now, Hajj becomes compulsory once you fulfill the following four conditions: Muslim and sane. If you did it when you're kafir, you're not going to be accepted. You have to do it again. If you're doing it when you were sane, it's not going to be accepted unless you became. If you were insane, sorry, you will not be accepted until you become sane. Adult and free. If you did it when you were a child, it will be accepted, but you have to repeat it again for your Hajj, which is required from you. And also, if you were a slave, and if you did it, it would be accepted and rewarded for it, but it will not suffice you for your Hajj, which is required from you once a year. Also, capability, health capability, safety of the route, provision, which is financial. And as for the woman, she needs a husband or a mahram in the case of the woman. So she can't go without a mahram or a husband. Right. I'm not being looking. Is everything okay, brother? Yes? Yeah. Right. Alhamdulillah. And in terms of clothing, what to take here, these are top for the men, top for the bottom, the towels. As for the women, anything goes as long as she, makes it modest, not to show it out. You're allowed to use socks in the tawaf, which is voluntary, but not when you are making your ihram. Slippers are like this is no problem. Slippers which are like this is no problem. Right. Okay. Just need some water. Bismillah. Okay, the months of Hajj are the last 3 months, and the days of the Hajj are the 8th and the 9th and the 10th and the 11th and the 12th, and if you wish to do the 13th, last 3 days are called days of Tashriq. Hajj that we're going to be doing is Hajj Tamattu, which is Umrah first, and then you finish and then you go to Hajj. Hajj al-Qiran, Hajj, which is Ifrad, it's not really good for you to do that. It's actually the Hajj Tamattu, which is required. That's how the Prophet asked him to do Hajj. Tamattu. The location of the Hajj is Mawaqit, station by which you can't pass unless you declare state of Ihram. So if you are intending Hajj or Umrah, you may not pass this station until you declare state of Ihram. This Mawaqit is already set by the Prophet. You have Dhul from the north, Medina, and then you have Juhfa from the Red Sea side that we have Qarn al-Manazil and Yalam. 5 stations. You're going from any of those places or even in between this one here. So So whatever comes in parallel to one of these stations, then you have to declare a state of ihram. Umrah, step by step. Summary is ihram, tawaf, sa'i, and halq. That's umrah. Ihram, tawaf, circumambulation, sa'i between Safa and Marwa, and shaving or trimming. That's the umrah. That's the whole of the umrah. So let's just go. First, you prepare for the ihram. Recommended to take a shower for the ihram, and permissible to clip mustache and nails. That's before you start your ihram. It's permissible to put perfume on your body, not on the clothes of the ihram, as long as this is before resuming your ihram. Like put the ihram garments and pray prescribed prayers. Pray 2 rak'ah if making your ihram from Dhul. This is from the north, because there's a valley there. It's called Wadi al-Atiq, where the Prophet was commanding to 2 rak'ah. These 2 rak'ah were mistakenly taken for the 2 rak'ah of ihram. There is no such thing called 2 rak'ah of ihram. But let's go now. Umrah. Note up to this point you haven't done yet the ihram. So you're going to start now your ihram by doing the following words. Standing up, facing the Qibla. Labbaik Allahumma umrah. Allahumma umratan. Labbaik Allahumma. Once you say these words, then you are sitting in ihram. This is equivalent of saying Allahu Akbar in the salah. It's recommended to add the following words, which is Allahumma umratan la riya'a fiha wa la sum'a. Allahumma mahilni haythu habasta. O Lord, intend umrah not for showing off. O Lord, I declare state of no ihram wherever you restrain me. If something had happened to you, like you broke a leg, arm, can't continue. If you said these words, simply just take off your ihram clothes, put your normal clothes and go home. No penalty, no such as you have to go back and do it, complete it. If you haven't seen these words, if you took the ihram clothes, you have to, first of all, slaughter them. The penalized. The second one is that you have to do the following. If you said these words, alhamdulillah, O Lord, I declare state of no ihram wherever you restrain. Like, after you started your ihram, you start saying the following words: Labbaik Allahumma labbaik, labbaik la sharika laka labbaik, inna al-hamda wa ni'mata laka wal mulk la sharika lak, or labbaik ilaha al-hamd. You keep repeating those talbiyah, you make takbir and tahleel in between them, no problem. If you don't believe to say talbiyah in loud voice, some scholars say it's recommended. Sometimes you lose your voice. Their voice is only 36 miles away from the miqat. As for the talbiyah, it should be continued until you are in your hotel. But now, saying the talbiyah groups is against the sunnah. You may synchronize if it wasn't done deliberately. You start your talbiyah, if it's synchronized with the people, no problem. And as for the women, their talbiyah, first of all, even if they are on high fast, postnatal, they do the same thing as the haram, say the words, but they cannot pray, nor they make tawaf. No difference between men and women regarding raising up the voice of talbiyah, except that there is a fitna. Aisha used to make talbiyah and the men could hear. Right, mahdurat, prohibited things. In terms of clothes, you're not allowed to put some clothes which are sewn to the limb, like a shirt, like a thobe like this. But I'm allowed to take the thobe and wrap myself with it, even if it's got sleeves. But I'm not allowed to put my hands through the sleeve. Okay? So I'm not allowed to use clothes which is sewn to the limb. It's like a jacket. I'm allowed to wrap the jacket around me. I'm not allowed to put my hands through it. Someone say? But as for, as well, you cannot put caps, hats on top of your head. You cannot put gloves on as well. You change yourself by putting the hat but not touching your head. No problem. For the women, they can wear their normal clothes, but they're not allowed to cover their faces with a niqab or gloves to their hands. It is men and she doesn't want to show her face. She just puts a piece of cloth on the top, drops it on her face, and that would be enough. But to niqab, tie it up, that's not great. But also from the things which are prohibited, fragrance, not allowed in a woman. As well, you're not allowed to touch the hair, nails, and so on and so forth. You should not clip your nails. Okay, and also, if you had sexual intercourse, your head will be void and be nullified. And wedding you can't, marry or propose yourself for a woman. Hunting is not allowed, but you're allowed to fish. Fishing is allowed. So you're not allowed to hunt, nor to help someone in hunting. You should not kill animals except if they are harmful. Like you can kill the rats, snakes, the lice, whatever, scorpions. Go to the Masjid Haram, that's the Masjid Haram. Okay? How many people who have never been to the Haram, put your hands up, please. Please do not lie. Yeah, you haven't been, and Allah will not. You haven't been? You haven't been? Put your hands up. You haven't been? Haven't been? And you have been, yes? You haven't been? What are you doing? Allah, Bismillah. Big dua, it's getting difficult now. Very expensive. I want you to focus now. I'm going to go to the Kaaba and start memorizing things. Right, this is the Kaaba one. Is it good on this? Yes, mashallah. Right, the Kaaba. First thing to learn is the door. That's the door of the Kaaba. You will see it's a bit high. You need a ladder to climb. Why? Quraysh made it like this. You don't want anyone to go inside it except for the elite people. Some people who are highly ranked. So when they come there, bring them the ladder and the climb. But any normal person, no way. Okay. The Prophet said when he had control of the Kaaba, he wanted to demolish the Kaaba. He built it and put the door in the ground so everybody can go in and make another door for the people to come out opposite. But he couldn't do it, even though they were controlling the Kaaba at the end, because people would say Muhammad had basically destroyed the religion of Ibrahim alayhi salam. He humiliated the religion. He didn't want people to do it. They didn't want people to say this. That's why he didn't do it. The Kaaba, it was built in the following way. These are the two corners, original. These corners here are not original. These corners are supposed to be extended up to here. So the Kaaba is to be what? Full size. This is a semicircle. Okay, this semicircle, they call it Al-Hijjah. Now, wrongly called Hijjah Ismail. What happened? Ibrahim he built the Kaaba, he built it, as I said, full. Then there was flood at the time of Quraysh. The Kaaba was destroyed. Kaaba was rebuilt, 2/3 and 1/3 left like a semicircle wall because they couldn't financially build the whole Kaaba. And that's what the Prophet wanted to put it down and make it full. But these two corners are not corners. These are the original corners, yes. Right by Sam, when he built it with a rock here next to this Kaaba, and he used to build on top of it and go to the other side, move the rock, and he would look at the equilibrium of the building. It's just set in this way, nobody else. That rock that he had to put his feet on it, this is the one which has been honored to be Maqam Ibrahim, where Ibrahim alayhi used to stand up. Maqam Ibrahim is this one. See that little dome there? The structure. That's Maqam Ibrahim. It's in that structure inside it. Now, Ibrahim did not have supernatural hands that stretch from here all the way to the stone. No, this rock was actually next to the Kaaba. One who moved it this way is Umar to make people to go between flows, smoothly in between. That's why. So he delayed it, or he just put it backwards. So this is the Hijjah, as we said, or al-Hatim, or al-Hashim. Okay, and that's the black stone corner. Black stone is that stone which has been coming from the heavens, where the whole building relied upon it. It was white as the snow. Then turned to black because of the sins of the polytheists people found. Even the sins in the color. This black stone, by the way, in history was stolen by the Qaramita. Turned back and this is in pieces now and cemented together. But this is the Yemeni corner. meaning corner facing Yemen. This is the Shami corner, meaning corner facing the Sham, but it's not a corner, remember, corner is supposed to be. So it's not supposed to be touched. This one you can touch it, this one you can touch it, but not this one. And also this one is Iraqi corner. Please focus, because I'm going to ask questions. That's called Iraqi corner. So you've got Shami corner facing the Sham, Iraqi corner facing Iraq. And that is in the middle to Zamzam, and that is to the mountain of Safa, where Hajj she went with her baby was crying. The story is Prophet Salam told Hajj his little son, which is his son Ismail Salam, baby, left a little food, and she followed him. She said, "Why are you leaving us in the middle of nowhere? There's no water, there's no crops." She didn't say anything. And she said to him, "Did Allah command you to do so?" He said, "Yes." Well, she said, "If Allah commanded you to do something, Allah will not neglect us." Then Ibrahim Salam moved forward where he can't see him, suddenly he's crying, leaving his family. And later on, the food with the mother of Ismail runs out, so she wants to give milk to her baby. There's no milk. So she started looking for food. That's why she went to the Safa. And naturally, the person will go to the highest point to look. That's the highest point. She couldn't see him in dua and ran down to the Marwa. That's the Marwa here this side. And looked around, made dua, nothing. She did that 7 times, ended up in Marwa. So it's 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Ended up. طيب. الآن we're going to ask you to one by one give us. Now this is the camera now from another angle of the camera, not the same angle. Let's see if I'm really familiar with the camera. Starting from the one with the glasses there. What is this? Look at it. Well done. What is this? Look at it. It's not to point your corner. It's what should not you. I'm not asking you one by one. Al-Hijr or Al-Hatim or Al-Hashim. 3 names for it. Okay. You didn't go there. What is this corner? Think. Don't give me your own answer. Anybody? What's this? No. You be there? Forgot. Can anybody tell me? Black stone. It's a black stone. SubhanAllah, just change the camera like this, everything is. But what is this corner? Yeah, you be there before? Don't answer. You only corner. You be there before? What is this? Sham. Be there before? What is this? Iraq. You been this before? What is this? Direction in the middle. So, fine. What is this? You been there before? Okay, what is it? Anybody? Yeah? Which one have you? The Safa and Marwa. Look at Safa and Marwa. Each one in different direction.
That's a Safa.
Anybody?
Safa.
Safa. Choose. Let's go to Tawaf and Qudum. So we are still in the Umrah. We're going to do, we said we made Ihram now. Explain, we're going to make Tawaf. Then we're going to make Sa'i. Then we'll make Shaykh. Let's start Umrah. So Tawaf, summary, arrive in Ihram, black stone, Tawaf, Al-Diba' al-Amal, pray to Rak'ah. That's the summary of the Tawaf before. I'll explain each one in turn. So, the Sunnah to make ghusl to enter the Kaaba. So, in Haram, in the hotel, make a ghusl. Prophet ﷺ entered from Gate of Banu Shayba, you could enter from any gate you like. When you enter the masjid, say Bismillah, Allahumma salli ala Muhammad, Allahumma ftah li Muhammad. Or A'udhu billahi al-Azim, Wajh al-Kareem, Sultan raise up your hands and say the following dua. Allahumma anta as-salam wa minka as-salam fahayyina rabbana bis-salam. Stop, sunnah, and raise up your hands and say those words. Wudu means arrival. Tawaf around the Kaaba. Start from the black stone. Kaaba being on your left. Go around the Kaaba past the black stone 7 times. If you can, kiss. I don't think you'll be able to kiss or prostrate or even touch just from far away. Just say Bismillah, Allahu Akbar. Right. 2 sunnah applies to this tawaf. Only this tawaf, and this is for men only. Number 1, al-ramal. What is a-ramal? Brisk walk. In which shoulders thrust forward. You're walking with strength, fast. And the second thing, which is the first 3 rounds, the last thing is between Blackstone and Yemeni Kuna. It's called Ramal. The reason behind Ramal is actually what happened at the time of Prophet when they wanted to make the Umrah. In the year 6 after Hijjah, Quraysh stopped them in Al-Hudaybiyah. They couldn't do the Umrah. They made a treaty called the Treaty of Hudaybiyah, in which the Muslims will return back and do the Umrah the following year. The people of Quraysh has been empty Mecca for 3 days. They will leave to the mountains and leave to do the Umrah. The following year, the companions of the Prophet came and they started spreading rumors. These people of Quraysh, these people are vulnerable, tired, they got the fever of Medina. So the Prophet wanted to show them that he is strong. So what happened, if I go back, here. What happened, go back to the Kaaba. Right, so this is the black stone. This is the Yemeni core. Black stone, Yemeni core. People of Quraysh went to the mountains in this side, here. They entered Mecca for the Umrah for 3 days. The Muslims came now. Prophet Allah to show them that we are strong, we're not vulnerable. So they started from the black stone, called Ramal, and passed along. That was only in this side, and that side. But here, they walk normally. Why? Because Quraysh can't see them. Because they're on that side. They can't see that side. They did that 3 times. That's it. And this is only for the stomach. That's what you understand now the reason behind Ramadan? Going back now. We said the 2 sunnah al-Dib'a. Second one is al-Dib'a. Second sunnah is al-Dib'a. Al-Dib'a is basically to put your shoulder outside. So you put your hands so that the shoulder will be exposed. Right. And that is will be just in the 7 rounds. You can't do it well before the tawaf. You do it when you start the tawaf. And as soon as you finish the tawaf, 7 times you stop. Cover your shoulder. Tawaf state of wudu is required. Menstruating women are not allowed to make tawaf until she becomes clean. All kinds of tawaf include optional, consists of 7 rounds around the Kaaba, followed by 2 rak'ah behind the Maqam Ibrahim. The Kaaba should be on your left. Do not take tawaf from the back and the right. Tawaf should be performed within the boundaries of the Haram. So touch the Yemeni corner if you can. If you can't, don't make a gesture and do not face your hand to the Yemeni corner. As we said, do not touch the Shami corner, the Iraqi corner, because the Iraqi corner is a tool. You can say the Prophet's dua between the Yemeni corner and the black stone. رَبَّنَا آتِنَا فِي الدُّنْيَا حَسَنَةً وَفِي الْآخِرَةِ حَسَنَةً وَقِنَا عَذَابَ النَّارِ. So this is the black stone here, let's say, and that's the Yemeni corner. You make the tawaf, first 3 rounds, run, brisk walk until here, walk normally. Second, the same thing. Every time you use the black stone, Bismillah, Allah, by pointing your hands towards it. In between here you say, رَبَّنَا آتِنَا فِي الدُّنْيَا حَسَنَةً وَفِي الْآخِرَةِ حَسَنَةً وَقِنَا عَذَابَ النَّارِ. Oh Allah, give us good in this life, and good in the hereafter, and save us from punishment of the fire. There is no particular dhikr in any tawaf. Do not follow these dua books, and do not, as well, basically follow the shouting groups. chatting all the time. Not wipe the walls and people who just wipe everything is not correct. Like, continue to laugh without interruption unless it is necessary. So if it is you need to go to answer the non-call nature, then you go and then you make the wudu and you come back and start from the same spot. Okay, so now we come into, in case of a doubt about the number of tawaf you have done, is it 6 or 7? Always drop the one which is extra and go to the one which you are sure. So 6 or 7, you can 6 and add another one. If you finished and then you started thinking about maybe having done 7, ignore that. Like this is Maqam Ibrahim. You go to Maqam Ibrahim after you finish the 7th round, you go to Maqam Ibrahim Musalla. Take from the Maqam Ibrahim is a place of prayer. So place Maqam Ibrahim between you and the Kaaba. I mean, you can go back as you want, or you can go even, in any place in Mecca. In the Kaaba. You have to be behind it. You shouldn't be behind it like these people. You should be going far away from it. Don't worry, there will be this space for you. This is Maqam Ibrahim. This is where the foot size for Ibrahim alayhi salam, he left the mark. Like Zamzam, you go to Zamzam, you do Zamzam, and you can say Dua bin Abbas. No problem, there's no dua. You can just put your hot water on your head, drink from it, and return after you bring Zamzam back to the black stone. You have to return back to the black stone, say the takbir, and touch it as before. But Ma'u Zamzam is, Ma'u Zamzam is water for the person who wants to drink, food, or even a cure. Sa'i now, finished Zamzam, you're going to go black stone, from the black stone to a Safa. Summary of the Sa'i, start from the Safa, recite the ayah, make the dua, walk to the Marwa, on the Marwa, do the same thing in the Safa, walk back to the Safa, second lap, and complete 7 laps in the same manner by following your steps, and finally finish at the Marwa. So let's go in details. When reaching the foot of the Safa, you say the following ayah, إن الصفا والمروة من شعائر الله. Don't worry, it's been written for you. You just read it. ومن حج البيت واعتمر فلا جناح عليه أن يطوف بهما ومن تطوع خيرا فإن الله شاكر عليم. You only say once you go there, and that's it. Not every time you go back to the Safa, no, just once. Climb as much as you can to go there and you say نبدأ بما بدأ الله به. نبدأ بما بدأ الله. We start with where Allah began. So then climb the Safa until you see the Kaaba. But this may not be easy. But look at the side of the Kaaba and start making the dua. This is going to be the dua like this. First of all, Adhkar. Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, La ilaha illallah, la sharika lahu, mulku lahu alhamd. Wa huwa yuhyi wa yumiitu wa ala kulli shay'in qadir, la ilaha illallah, la sharika lahu, namtu wa ala sallallahu alaihi wa sallam wahda. Then you raise up your hand and make your own dua. Then you put it down and repeat that. Take time. Then you put it down. Second time, dua person, put your hands down, take it for 3 third time. So dhikr 3 times, dua is twice in between. It takes you about 5 minutes to finish that. But now we go towards the Marwa. In there is something called the green signpost. You see the green light here? You can see it? Okay, descend from the Safa and start walking in the direction of the Marwa. You walk until you reach the green signpost, see the picture, then run until you reach the next green signpost. But now, alhamdulillah, it's green all the way for you to run. Then you walk up to the Marwa and ascend it. Do upon the Marwa what you did in the Safa, in terms of the Adhkar and the Dua. And that's the first lap is finished. Then you will return back to ascend the Safa, running between the 2 green signposts again. Second lap, then you return back to the Marwa, finishing, and you complete 7 laps, finishing on the Marwa. Follow your steps. Don't go to the right or the left. Follow your steps. If you're next to the wall, keep next to the wall. And you may make the following dhikr all the time. رب اغفر وارحم إنك أنت الأعز الأكرم. Then you finish at Marwa. That's now the finished side of Marwa. Finally now the halq or taqsir, shaving or trimming. Shorten or shave. Shaving is better unless you want to do Hajj close by, maybe a long day, so maybe your hair will not go up, just trim from time. But trim from all over the head, not from one side. Okay, the bald does nothing. Okay, the bald does nothing. And the sunnah is to start from the right side of the head. The woman gathers her hair and she cuts as much as that. Join now after shaving or after trimming becomes, alhamdulillah, halal. You can do whatever you like, and you wait until the 8th day of the Hijjah to make the Hajj. But this Hijjah is part of the Kaaba. You can, if you pray inside, like praying inside the Kaaba, there's no specialty or extra reward for that. When staying in Mecca before or after the Hajj, some people decide to perform multiple Umrah. That's not correct. The only exception for that is the one who is making Umrah on his father or mother and they are already dead and wanting to make Umrah. And they could do that, or a person who is sick can perform the Umrah or fulfill the Umrah. But simply to make Umrah while you are in the Umrah, that's not correct. I got to do that miqat. طيب, Hajj. That will finish, alhamdulillah. Any questions before we start the Hajj? The Hajj will be easier because I'm not going to explain the tawaf, explain it, the sa'i, explain it. So, alhamdulillah. Anybody will ask a question? Ready for the Hajj? What time is the Adhan? Okay, good time. Right, Hajj step by step. Dhul 8th Dhul Hijjah, 9th Dhul Hijjah, 10th Dhul Hijjah, 11th, 12th, and 13th, and last day. That's the Hajj. 8th, we do Ihram, we go to Mina. 9th, go to Arafah. Then during the night, we go to Muzdalifah. 10th, we do the stoning, slaughtering. It's already been done for you anyway. Shaving, Tawaf al-Ifada, Sa'i to Safa al-Marwa. 11th and 12th, and if you add the 13th, Rami, throwing the pebbles, 3 Jama'ah. Last day, we'll offer with that. That's the Hajj is finished. Let's see the locations of the Hajj. Hajj is in 4 places. These are the 4 places here. So you can see one, which is the Haram, Mina, Muzdalifah, and Arafah. That's your Hajj. These areas. Okay, that's your areas. Right. Now, this is the Jamarat area. It will be in Mina, where you're going to throw the Jamarat. And this is a masjid called Masjid al-Khif, what I told you 70 prophets a day. طيب, المشعر الحرام, which is in Muzdalifah, which is mentioned in the Quran. And Masjid Namira, which is where the Prophet of Allah had camped there before he entered Arafah. As we're going to see, inshallah. Mountain Mercy, this is where the big massive sort of pool, they put it there, people climb Arafah, which is not from the Sunnah. There's no specialty for that mountain. Like, then distance-wise, that's the distance between the areas. Okay. So you've got now the distance between Masjid Haram and then Jamarat areas will be less than 3 miles. You can see that this is not a lot, not a lot. We're talking about maximum 9 to 10 miles between Hajj al-Haram and Arafah. But you don't do the same thing that you did in the Ihram for the meaning, Labbaik Allahumma bihajj. Before you say Labbaik Allahumma, your Umrah. Then you continue Talbiyah till the 10th day of the Hijjah. It's recommended to add Allahumma hajjatan ladhiya fiha wa la sum'a, Allahumma hilli haythu habastani, which I explained before. On the 8th day, you go to Mina in the morning, after sunrise, of course, at least before Dhuhr and Asr. You pray Dhuhr, Asr, Maghrib, Isha, and Fajr in their times. You make shortening of the Dhuhr and the Asr and the Isha. Of course, Maghrib, there's no shortening, there's no shortening for the Fajr. Spending the night in Mina is wajib compulsory, because now you can leave your luxury hotel, you can go to tents and sofas and all that. Okay, we're going to go now to Masjid al-Khif. If you can, you want to go there, it's good to pray. That's Masjid al-Khif for you. 70 prophets pray there. Anyway, let's go. This is Mina. Mina. That's the Jamarat area all the time. Masjid al-Khif. This code is Wadi Muhassab, just to show you where the elephants and the Abraha soldiers were destroyed in that valley. It's called Wadi Muhassab. The elephants couldn't go forward. Surah al-Fil. That's where they were. So if you knew this area, you run fast, because it's an area of what? Punishment. Right, let's go now. So they're leaving Mina from Arafah on the 9th day. We leave after sunrise. Okay, we leave after sunrise. With Takbir, Talbiyah. Arrive at Arafah before Zawal. And before Dhuhr, if you can. This is where I said to you, the Mountain Mercy. See, that's the thing that when people go climbing, this is all of these people are not doing so. Allah knows that. Some people agree their names in that. Some people think that Adam is heading down this one when he came from Jannah. Untrue. Prophet said, Allah will descend down and He will free people from the hellfire, he said. So, day of Arafah, pray Dhuhr and Asr in your camp or Masjid Nabawi. 2 rak'ah, which is a bit difficult to go there. 2 rak'ah combined the whole time. And then that is after listening to the Imam's sermon. That's Masjid Nabawi. Part of it is in the Arafah and part of it is outside Arafah. Follow the sunnah of the Prophet, join Dhuhr and Asr prayers, regardless of whether you pray in the masjid, in your camp, or any other location in Arafah. After Salah, move to your place inside the limits of Arafah. Stand facing the Qibla, raise your hands, making dua, reciting. Tell me, you may do as well. Go to the rocks underneath the mountain of mercy, that mountain underneath, on the ground, not on the top. There's no problem. Prophet did that. طيب, in the Arafah, you make dua as much as you can. لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له الملك وله الحمد وهو على كل شيء قدير. Repeat that dua. It's Arafah. That's Arafah. Okay, let's go now. After sunset, they will let you straight away. Sunset starts because you have to spend the moment from the sunset in Arafah. You head towards Muzdalifah. And when you're there, you don't collect any Jamarat or this. You may pray Maghrib and Isha in that area. If you couldn't pray it because it's too late in Arafah, pray it in Arafah, Maghrib and Isha. You're supposed to pray it in Muzdalifah, but don't worry. Because you can't even push Maghrib and Isha after midnight. Remember that. But you do not pray anything between them after Isha or after Isha, but always pray with them. But this is the night of Muzdalifah, which is a very hard night. Okay, so you stay until the Fajr, pray Fajr at the beginning of the start. I call it the night of millions of stars. You don't have hotels of 5 stars, maximum 6 stars, 7 stars. This is a million stars because there's all the stars on top of you, mashallah. No roof. But it's permissible for the weak women to go after midnight in order to throw the Jamarat after sunrise, but most of the people will stay along with the others until the morning. So they pray the Fajr at the earliest of this time, you make dua, and then you head towards Mina to throw the Jamarat. Okay, so this is Muzdalifah. This is Mina in that area, and this is area to Arafah. Muzdalifah and Mina start to each other, but Arafah is a bit further away. That's Mash'ar al-Haram. If you want to go to there to make dua, but it doesn't matter, wherever you are, it's okay. Right? So that's how the routes. You go to Mina, the day of the 10th, which is the Eid al-Adha day, the day of Hajj al-Akbar. You will be doing stoning the Jamarat, sacrificials, shaving trim, Tawaf al-Ifadah, Sa'i. It's not compulsory, it's recommended if it's done during the Umrah, that's a good thing. I think that is not. So, as soon as you perform the above in the mentioned order, but no harm to do them in any order, even the Sa'i, make it for what time is it then? 28 to 30 something. Jamarat, first Jamarat, you throw it on the Eid day. The Eid day, you throw it, you have to be after sunrise. You can't do it before sunrise. Like, we are following the sunnah of the Prophet. You throw it with chickpeas like this, pebble size. Okay, so it's 7 pebbles, make Mecca on your left, Mina on your right. Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. Throwing the 7 Jamarat. Okay, the stones has to fall into the circle. Otherwise, you have to repeat it. It's not a condition of sunnah to intentionally hit the middle box. You have to hit it, but this will help. But you may throw the Jamarat with used ones as well. But this is now, you see, reciting the Talbiyah after throwing the last Jamra. You cannot perform the stoning until after sunrise. When you have stoned the Jamra, everything becomes lawful to you. You take off your clothes if you wish, but you need to make the offering on the same day. I think everybody would deputize his slaughtering. They're not going to be bothered to do it. So everybody will just pay the money, and the money will be given to those companies who will slaughter on your behalf. Don't worry. Shaving. So the shaving we said, there's Bedford, and we said that before. Explain the shaving, alhamdulillah, the same thing for the woman. Okay. Then after shaving, you go to Mecca, and make tawaf al-ifada the same day as tawaf. As before, you pray to rak'ah behind maqam Ibrahim, circle, and then you do the tawaf. And if you did not do this tawaf on this day, then you have to put your haram clothes back again to do it on the same day before sunset. As for the men's women, they can't do anything unless they are cleansed. Like sa'i between Safa and Marwa, that is not compulsory if you did your sa'i at the beginning. But if you want to do it again, recommended. Same thing we've done it. This is the sa'i between Safa and Marwa. You return back to Mina for the days of Tashriq. We're going to finish with the Hajj, inshallah. 11th and 12th and 13th. It is preferable to stay in Mina during these days. And most of the scholars consider staying in Mina as a compulsory. And after they go to the 3 stones, you have to throw them after the Dhuhr. So the first one, 7 stones, the second one, 7 stones, the third one. Okay? Now, the way to do it, you throw the first one, you move a bit slowly forward, and you make dua. And you take the second one from any direction you like. And then after that, you go forward, and then to the left, dua. You hit the third one again in the first day, make it Mina on your left. Sorry, Mina Makkah on your left, Mina on your right, 7 circles, and you don't make dua. That's how you finish the first day, you can do the second day. Okay, then you may leave after the 12th. If you wish, stay to the 13th to add another day, which is better. That's the old Jamarat, Ikhwani. The old Jamarat, this is the new Jamarat. This is the new Jamarat now. It's 4 floors, 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's how it's going to Makkah, by the way. These are the Jamarat here. 1, 2, you come from this side, you throw them, and you go back. Okay. And Alhamdulillah, Makkah last day, you make tawaf al-wada', farewell tawaf, not tawaf wada' with the women who are menses, and you finish tawaf and you leave Masjid al-Haram normally. That's how it's finished. I'm going to give you this image. Please take a picture for that. This is all the Hajj. This is all the Hajj. Take a picture of that snapshot, and it will help you if you're going to Hajj. Just go with it. And then make sure that you're close and you get it's not this way, that way, that way. Pull that. Landscape it from this side, from this side. It's a good picture. This one summarizes everything.
Sure. Muhammad. 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 Send it to me, please.
Somebody make the run.